Welcome to JackswanTv 34. We've just suffered worst loss in, well, since I was a boy. It is hard to take. I'm glad there's a song that can explain how we feel. The first half of the programme will be about the Liverpool match day. The second half will be about the Wembley match.
Smash, you just get the first half.
Right, outcome, right? First question we got, outcome, right? We had kick-off in the second half and we conceded after 16 seconds. Tell me what happened there, mate.
It was all your fault. First of all, we were lucky to be in at half-time 1-0 down.
Agreed with Liverpool wish.
And when we got in 1-0 down, I was hoping somebody gave everybody a bollocking. We got regrouped, I was expecting to change, I was expecting Schechter to come off, I was expecting us to sort ourselves out. And then, there you see, we had a kick-off in the second half after this monumental team talk. And the ball went back. Leon, where it was, went back to Bartley. Bartley just lumped it aimlessly towards the right wing. And then we lost the ball and we conceded. It was absolutely pathetic.
Our weighing skills are not working at all.
Is that after or before the man?
It was awful. It was awful.
Is that before or after he tried himself?
Do you think it's because, Tim is though, do you think it's because we're suffering jet lag? You only get jet lag going west, by the way.
You do. I believe this is true.
We went to Dubai and we flew back.
Why didn't we go south then?
Why did we go to Vegas?
Vegas, baby!
Vegas!
It's not in fairness, I thought that like sort of for the... is it 7 hour time difference?
Halfway to Australia.
I think it's a cunning
It's not
plan.
7 hours time
It
difference.
is, doesn't it?
Where?
It is.
Hey, we're going to go off. We're going to go off, of course.
3 hours?
This is the geography lesson.
No,
Come
I
on.
want to go Goa next.
I thought in the second half, the first 15 seconds we shaved it. It was like sort of...
Are we talking about the same thing?
Have you seen the Swans that bad?
No, never. Well, the last since they did the Premiership, never.
No, I mean, I've seen them pretty bad. I mean, I you know...
Yeah, this season, I was thinking, funny enough, I can't remember the game, but I remember when we nearly went down, I think it was Hallier, I remember, I think you and Lewis had an argument, because we all booed the Swans, and you were saying that they shouldn't be booed, and Lewis was saying that if they played shit, they should be booed, which I would agree with. And I can't remember what game it was. No, because his argument, which I agree with, if you've played shit, you need to know you've played shit.
That's true.
And you know,
I think if you've played shit, you know you've played shit.
Yeah, but whether you know or not, whether you know or not,
Definitely.
you've paid money to go and watch that fucking game. As I say,
But that
you
year,
need to know, right?
That year, we were awful and we needed the whole club, you know, and extending from the team.
Yeah, but there's no point. There's no point.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is that at the same time, if I agree with if you've played shit, you need to. And I say I accept that you know you've played shit, but you need to be told you've played shit.
I would have booed this there.
Right. Today, I think that wasn't the team.
No.
In the chat.
Well,
That wasn't the team.
I'll be honest,
They never played together as one.
I've said to everyone now,
And that's why they were a total mismatch.
If I was
They were a total mismatch today.
Yeah.
Because none of them knew how to interact with each other because they haven't played with each other.
I can live with that, yeah, but do you think that all 11 players played the match out?
This is my
point.
point.
They didn't.
No, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
No, if I was Laudrup, I would be let down. This is my point.
They're worried about getting selected for next week.
But that's what I'm saying, if you're Laudrup, you've picked, let's be honest, you've got 3 players. Laudrup. How do you pronounce his name?
Laudrup.
Laudrup.
Don't
mention the word drop.
Go for Mike.
If you're Michael, you've picked, you know, Vaughan's going to play next week. I think Hernandez
Vaughan
going
won't
to
play next week.
Well, okay, whatever. Hernandez, you know, Vaughan's your first choice. Hernandez, your first choice winger.
Trevor.
And so that's about it, to be honest. So there's very little there that you think are going to. And Ben Davis, yeah. All I'm saying is that there's 8. Okay, but there's a lot of players there that aren't going to be playing. He's given them the opportunity. If I was him, I would feel let down. He's given them players. He's gone out to them now and he said, right, Monk, Bartley, whatever, you're both playing for one position. Certain players, you're playing. No, you know, you're out there. You're given a chance now. And what they played was complete and utter shite.
I don't know.
He's given them a
I kind of
chance.
disagree with you.
From the other
I kind
side.
of disagree with you because he doesn't play them very often.
No.
So that's unfair.
I agree.
That's unfair.
I agree. Like,
So
yeah.
it's a, like I said, it's a mishmash.
But at the same time,
There was nobody that started today, apart from Lamah, who's only just joined us.
and I thought he started well actually.
There
First
hasn't
10-15 minutes.
played
but-
Is that
some
Mark Lamah, is it?
Some of
Mark
this
Lamah.
season and done alright.
But I mean, like,
Mark Lamah.
What?
I mean, they're the best car.
Hey! Wait! No! We're talking about Wembley now.
That's it.
Whoa.
Things are looking up.
Well, right. I think the reason why he played that team today is to give them false sense of security.
Good thinking.
And now they're thinking Swansea is shite. So they're not going to play as well as they would have done, thinking that
I
it's
think
going to be an easy ride.
the only
and we're going to
positive-
win 4-0.
Bradford actually lost their game.
the other thing is that I mean I expect, I think we all expect, and it's fingers crossed and what have you, that Swansea will beat Bradford next week. I mean, I do think that was part of the team selection.
Yeah, of course it was.
But,
Yeah.
but going on from like beating Bradford, is Swansea going on? And Swansea going on is going to be in Europe next season, etc., etc.
Hopefully.
I mean, part of like sort of the team selection today, the negative, positive side of it, whichever way you look at it, is that Laudrup's going to get a clearer picture of like sort of people that like sort of players that like sort of are up to the mark and players that aren't up to
Yeah,
the
but
mark.
as soon as he's given people a chance.
All I'm saying is that like sort of I go along with Tim. Every time like sort of Swansea have played this season where a player or two have dropped out, we brought in a player or two and they've all stepped up to the mark.
Yeah.
Now what we did was we played 6 or 7 of the players
We've done that
in
before
one
this
hit.
season though as well.
And in fact, like so, and they didn't step up to the
No,
mark.
I agree that it's a big. It's a big.
And I think that like sort of Swansea, you could see like sort of the defence was the defence, the midfield was the midfield, and the forwards were the forwards. There was no interlink between the. They didn't know what they were bloody doing.
So are you saying that Bender isn't as good as what we think he is?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that like sort of.
But he's just walking into the side.
What I'm saying.
I've always thought
Okay,
that I could walk in United's team,
Yeah.
centre midfields.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of time on my hands.
Yeah.
I can pick a pass.
Yeah. and you're probably wrong. I mean,
I mean, loads of people around me that work hard, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I can sit there, I can do a job.
Yeah, Ben Davies is a class player. He is going to become a class, even a bigger class player. But if you throw him into like one of the things,
He was poor today. He was poor.
Everybody
he was poor.
was the only
But
good player in
one of the things that I was saying to you, and I think that is almost a linkage, if you like, that normally, you know, the normal starters over the last, like, if you bring in Sinclair, if you like, is that like sort of Routledge and like sort of Dyer, and they are used to going back. The two like sort of wingers today, like Hernandez and Lamah, didn't go back, and so that was like there was this big gap between like sort of attack and defence.
We're not talking about.
Who's your first 11 last week?
That's Wembley. That's where we get.
Who's your first 11 for next week?
Well, I wanted to pick a decent midfield.
Marty, right back.
Which I don't think we had today.
First 11.
I don't think we had a midfield today.
Tremel's in goal. We know that.
Good question.
We know
Is it?
Tremel's in goal. Tremel's in goal. We know that.
Davis.
Fucking top draw. I
Davis.
love
Is Chico
Trevor.
playing now?
Chico's my favourite
Chico,
player.
as soon as she goes out.
Right, you got a Bartley Williams.
Bartley over at Monk.
I got
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I would as well. But we'll.
Monk cost the second goal today.
I beg to differ.
It was Bartley's
Completely back to
pathetic
differ.
lob shot out to the
Right.
The second goal. No, Monk was superb.
Yeah, I'm talking about that game today now.
Hey, right.
Nobody wants to talk today.
Monk was superb, but Monk's a good player.
You've got 4 mediocre back 4, but when they play all together, and you've got the right 4, the whole, the sum of the parts is bigger than the whole. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is some of the whole is bigger than the parts?
No, go on.
I don't know, I've been in some holes that are bigger than the parts.
Right,
My part.
even though you've got the best 4 players, you've got together they are the best 4.
Yeah.
And I don't I think Ashley winning with Chico, a big part of that.
I agree with that.
But
He's asking
looking at
it.
the second goal today, Monk was
I thought
one in.
well, the second goal, for example, I thought it was Bartley's
The only
pathetic
thing-
lofted pass in the first place.
Yeah, I can't see what Monk did on.
Right, hold on.
Whoa, it's not your turn.
No, the only
Put
thing
your team out. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Put his team
I
out.
wouldn't play Lamah because the only thing Lamar's got in his pocket is past the
Yeah,
Adele.
Lamar's never going to play next
and
season.
he doesn't play right back.
Lamar's never.
And
So we go around, get right back.
I would go strong. Oh, hang on, you got to.
Yeah, so that's a back five.
You've got to have him.
Who's in midfield? Who's on midfield
You've
three?
got to have Leon.
Yeah.
Just because he's been there
Got to
for
have Leon.
1 million years.
I do love him.
Got to have
You
Leon.
got to have the Guzman.
Yeah,
You've got
definitely.
it just because he's amazing. And I think I played Key. Key was a
Yeah.
massive miss. And then up front, then you've got to play Michu. And
Who are your wingers
got
then? So
to- you could, well, Ben Davis will play a winger because he'll come from the back. which
I
think
don't know.
is good.
I think people would probably pick fairly similar side. If as you say, I think Bartley or Monk's going to be one thing I personally would
I
go
would go
Monk.
Monk.
I would go Monk. I think
And not just for that, but also for the fact that
You
Ashley
know,
Williams and Monk are
you
not
kind of
understanding.
you look at it, and Bradford got a 6'6" or whatever striker or defender, whatever they got for set pieces. But at the same time, I would go. I know Bartley 6'2" and whatever. Monk's about 6 foot this year. I'd go with Monk. I mean, I think he's got the experience there. And then on the wings, I'd go with Hernandez
Right, you got
and Rutledge.
Monk
And
or
then it's
Bartley?
pretty much similar.
Thumbs up for Bartley, thumbs down for Monk.
I go Monk.
That is
Yeah, we always do it every week. You
Yeah.
got him, Bartley's tall.
So I'm sitting on the fence.
I am sitting on the bench. I don't know.
I actually think Monk is a very, very underrated player.
I completely agree with you.
I-
I thought he was the best player of the back four by quite a way today.
Yeah.
He's the only. There was times
I actually thought the ant that was walking across the pitch at one point was our best player on the ball.
I'm not for me, Hernandez was the only one, and he's seen the ball about 5 times. Hernandez looked good. And other than that, Monk, there was time, I thought Monk played well. I mean, don't be funny, Monk caught the ball, and there was times where you could see him, and Suarez running, and you think, well, what are you meant to do? You know, you're a defender there, Suarez is there. You know, what are you going to do? Do you know what I mean? And he shot, you know,
Suarez would not have scored his goal. We were talking this on the way out. If it was Williams and Chico.
No.
The goal he scored, there's no way that when he got past both Williams and Chico, the way he got past Monk and Bartley.
I'd be honest, I
There's
can't.
no way
yeah,
to win.
I would go like sort of that. I would go Key over Britain.
Why? Who we dropping?
Britain was awful.
And I do think.
I've not said that in 10 years.
I know, and I know that like sort of.
Because he wasn't the sum of
Yeah, he
parts.
didn't have a very good. He didn't have a very good platform to build.
Oh,
from,
he was
in fairness.
awful. He was awful.
And
I don't disagree.
I would. I would accept that like people have had a problem with Key like sort of this season, but I would still say if you go back and look at Swansea's game, Key does more to like sort of build attacks than any like.
Was he worse than Schechter though?
Schechter was awful.
They were both bloody awful. I mean, Schechter isn't going to start.
Lamah started a little bit of promise.
Yeah, he started well. Yeah, it was just point.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You are getting to the stage. I mean, Schechter we've known about for some time, really.
Why he's
that,
been-
like, there are players that I am not going to cut the mustard.
The only thing I'd say, if I was Luke Moore,
for me,
I'd be
Pablo
throwing him.
was the only player that looked as though. I agree.
But if you're Luke Moore, why on earth, is Luke Moore, let's be honest, he's a decent player, he's just not given a chance. I mean,
He's a good player.
Yeah, and they're picking Schalke, whatever it is, first game he started well, he looked good, and ever since then he's gone down.
I agree completely.
Luke Moore has done nothing wrong.
I will celebrate the day Moore goes to a different club and scores against.
The only thing I'll say, and I said to Alan,
He's been a
you know
good
what,
player.
with half an hour to go, whatever, when we were 4-0 down, I said the only positive you can take of this game is bringing on Luke Moore, and Luke Moore scoring 2 goals, and us losing 5-2. That's the only positive you can take out of this game. There's no, you're 4-0 down, you're not going to get any positive. There's no one in that 11 that's played well. There's no one there. If you bring on a striker and he scores 2 goals, that's your only positive. Why don't you fucking bring him on?
The only thing that I can think of on that is that like Scheckter's on loan, you're trying to give him as much chance to you as you
come on,
can.
we've done it.
I don't get me wrong.
Will Moore be here next year?
He's a shocker.
Moore probably we won't be doing
Shit,
this.
shocker.
So we'll just, right, thank you very much for watching.
It's been a shit day.
We'll just run. What did Leon describe as being?
It's a shame the scales
the
are
worst day in your life
Worst day of my life.
ever.
Worst, I
Worst day of his
stand
life,
there.
mate.
Worst
It
day.
is the worst day of my life.
Lose it.
Right, so
Fucking shit.
email in.
It was a shit day. Today was a shit day.
Brenda thumping us. This is a pathetic.
No. Laudrup letting
I
Brenda
kind of
thump us.
Yeah,
5 minutes
Let me
anyway.
do the music.
Swansea.
Oh, don't let you do
It's like-
it.
I love
Somebody
my
walking over and say, I'll have your wife, and you go, okay.
That's the best day then.
Not put up a fight at all.
Actually,
I know a lot of blokes.
Not put up a fight at all. Come on!
No,
Let's fight more!
I've done that before, Leon.
Yeah.
What's that song?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
she
a
can't
big
see.
deal.
We don't want to fight.